Okay, so it's been a while since I've posted an update on our expansion of our house, but before we go too far into it, I just think it's so neat to see where we've come from or where this house has come from. It's neat to look at this picture that my neighbor shared with me. That's him when he was 2 years old in the field with this house in the background. It's just so cute. There's not any trees, and it's just open field with a big garden. I really like that our neighbor shared this picture. He's in his 80s now, so this was more than 80 years ago this picture was taken. We purchased this house in 2019 from our neighbor, and it's been a massive blessing. It's been so cool to get to move over here and live on the 5 acres. We've loved being in this house this whole time. The reason why we're moving forward on the expansion is with the hopes of down the road. You know, with all 5 children, having spouses someday, and also children someday, we wanted to have a place where it would be big enough that we would be able to have a dining room where everybody could be in the same room, and we would be able to have family dinners together. That just means so much to me. So this is the rendering that the draftsman came up with. I sketched out what I wanted. I used this inspiration picture. I very much like the colonial look. I wanted a white, well, I like the colonial look, but I also like farmhouse. I like cottage. I like a little bit of modern. I really enjoy an eclectic look. So, but if I had to say it was leaning one direction more than others, it would be the colonial. The East Coast colonial style, I think, is beautiful. So this is kind of what I'm going for. There were lighting fixtures that I purchased from all over the nation, and people were kind enough to mail them to me. I just paid the shipping, and that was awesome. I found this hutch in a thrift store for $40, and my plan is to turn it into our main kitchen cabinet. I would like to put an apron sink in it like I have for this inspiration picture. This is the mansion that we were able to get this mantle, the fireplace mantle from, and also the cooktop that came out of the mansion as well. I got this pedestal sink from Marketplace. I scored this Ethan Allen cabinet at a thrift store. They asked $60 and I offered $40 and they took it. I found a comp on the internet and it says that this person is asking $1,425 for the same cabinet, which is pretty awesome. Joseph mentioned that I could go ahead and flip it, but you know what? I actually want to keep it. I think it's going to be perfect for our drop zone / mudroom, where we can put our shoes and hats or, you know, just things. I picked up this stone from Facebook Marketplace. My daughter and I, we went out to a field and we just picked them up one at a time. I'm going to install this stone on the fireplace. I got some really cute duck head pokers. I like whimsical things. I like things that are useful but also unique. We got a lot of exterior lighting from Habitat for Humanity. My plan is to tape off all the glass and spray paint it so they get a fresh coat of paint and they look nice. And this thing, I don't exactly know what it is, but he's got a cute smile, so I had to snag him. He was only $2. Super cute. Look at our windows. Look, there's another huge window. It's so pretty. So what has been happening is the workers were doing such a good job. They were going at what we considered a very fast pace, building the structure. Everything was going at what we felt like was lightning speed. And then our builder told us, hey, we need you to go ahead and start removing the siding from your existing part of your house, and we are getting the siding on the addition practically wrapped up, so we want to start installing the siding on the existing part of the home for it to match. Friends came over, jumped in, helped. That actually made it where we were able to save a few $1,000s from the demo, and that was such a blessing to have so many people jump in and come over and help us remove all this siding. There were 4 layers of siding, so that took multiple dump trucks to remove all of the existing siding from the house. But once we were able to get the siding down to where it was just studs and insulation, that's when the storms began. We started having consistent rainstorms that were either happening every day or every other day. And our builder said, he gave us a heads up before we even started this project. He told us that when the rainy season starts, work stops, because you can't really start. It's just really hard for the workers to be able to get around with all the mud and the rain and, of course, lightning. So we had to wrap up, use this waterproof wrap and put it around our house. Our neighbors were so nice. Our house looked horrible, really, from the road. I actually had a couple neighbors reach out to me and ask me if we were going to be bulldozing the original part of the house down or if we were going to keep it. It looked that bad that they weren't sure what was happening. So, yeah, that took, our house remained under the plastic wrap for about 4 to 6 weeks. That's about the length of the rain. And Oklahoma just kept raining and raining and raining. The 4th of July happened, and that is an amazing, accurate depiction of how quickly the weather can change. That is rain coming. Look at that. Things have changed quickly. It was beautiful, and we were watching fireworks, and then all of a sudden this huge, massive storm just rushed in, and everybody just ran. By the time we got home, our power had been out, and we spent the whole night without electricity, air conditioning, and the next morning it finally turned back on. But, it just adds to the adventure. My daughter wrote scriptures all over the studs inside the new build part of the house. I love that. I love that. The Word of God is foundational. It's awesome. I've picked all my paint colors, given them to the painter. They're going to get the exterior painted soon. And this mantle, well, I've built it, taken it down, built it back up, taken it back down. I did finally get the mantle installed the way I want it, and I will show you that on the next video.